Just when we thought Lil Durk had a better chance of beating the murder for hire case by putting everything on OTF Bonnie and making a lawyer say he was with him, OTF Jam just took the stand and said, take that shit back. That's stepping interference. Roll it.
Yeah, bro, check this out, man. Straight off the bat, OTF Jam snitch. The feds is like, yo, who's in the court? Point to every single person that took part in the unalivement of Lupao. Durk, Doodie pointed them niggas out. I'm like, whoa, straight out the rip. I mean, he went in there with no lube, bro. And then right now, what he's doing is he's just slow walking it. The last thing we heard is that Durk and them was down in Miami, right? And then OTF Jam seen one of Tory Lanez's artists with jury and stuff and went to Durk and said, hey, man, I ain't got no jury, man. I'm finna rob this nigga. And Durk was like, yeah, man, that right there is the OTF Jam that I've been waiting for. So basically, it seems like Durk was grooming him to be his hitter. And also from the looks of it is, OTF Jam, when he went to prison for 10 years, he had already caught a body. And when he got out of prison, they came back to him and was like, we know you caught that body. Ain't no jurisdiction on unalivement, right? Yes. And so he was actually a federal agent against Durk while he was still locked up and got out playing his role, bro. This is exactly why he ain't named in this indictment. He's the third shooter, bro. The whole time he was switching up. The whole time he was playing in Durk's face, bro.
And in the words of Hood Educated, that's a cold-blooded demonstration right there. And off the back, he came out Mike Tyson swinging. Left hook, right hook. First thing first, he admitted the 3 hats. Off the back, he admitted the 3 hats. And if that didn't knock you down, they ain't knock you out. He hit him with the uppercut. Like Buddy just said, this man been working before he even got out of prison.
OTF Jam, when he went to prison for 10 years, he had already caught a body. And when he got out of prison, they came back to him and was like, we know you caught that body. Ain't no jurisdiction on unalivement, right? Yes. And so he was actually a federal agent against Durk while he was still locked up and got out playing his role, bro. This is exactly why he ain't named in this indictment. He's the third shooter, bro. The whole time he was switching up. The whole time he was playing in Durk's face, bro.
The feds came and hollered at the dude to get the ops the blues. They said, we already know about the hat. Ain't no statute of limitation on no hats. So he been working before he even got good with Durk. So the whole time, he was an informant. The whole time. So even if Durk was to beat this case, well, let's say the murder for hire part, he still bounds the drizzle. If he been working that long and it been that much work put in, not just by him, by other OTF members, shit that Durk requested, shit that Durk ordered, another had to come after this one. Another hat. So even if Durk was to flip on Vonnie, let's say he was to, that shit wasn't doing no good. Durk would literally have to go in that room and confess to over 10 hats. At least 5. Yeah, at least 5. He got to confess to hats that Jam don't even know nothing about, or he not going to confess about. So it had to be more than what Jam can say. Like I say, I don't think him just putting it all on Vonnie is good enough. The shit that, if you got Jam on your side, if the feds got Jam on their side, saying Vonnie did this and that ain't enough. Because he already admitted to he having 3 hats. And he pointing the finger at Durk, saying Durk told me to kill Quando. That's nasty work for a nasty thug. Then on top of that, let's put that to the side right quick. They done already took a picture of OTF Jam on the stand saying he was with him from the overflow room. Somebody put their freedom on the line. You did. Shout out to them. I'm pretty sure they probably going to get to the bottom of it and they're going to get arrested if they weren't arrested already. But yeah, picture of OTF Jam on the stand. Let's hear what the Lawyers for Workers had to say about this right here.
All right, what just happened at the Little Durk trial deserves the headline. Oh my God, that was crazy. They have shut down the overflow courtroom. I saw one man apprehended by the federal court officers. There was the FBI agent questioning him also. The picture has been taken. I'm not going to post it because I don't want to get banned from reporting on this case, but there was a picture that was taken of Jam on the stand from the overflow room. So there's the main room, the courtroom, and if you can't get in because it's too full, there's an overflow room where you can go to. Don't worry, I got a note taker and a way of getting everything that was said. So The overflow room, picture taken. Feds came in, correctional officers came in. It was kind of interesting. They were very aggressive when they came in. A guy had his feet up on the thing, and I think the guy meant to say, hey, put your feet down, you're going to take you out. Instead, he said, put your feet down, I'm going to knock you out. It was intense. And we don't know who took the picture. There is some reports. There were a couple people in the back who kind of came in, looking out, I'll save the details for maybe somebody else to tell you. But anyway, some people came in the back and they might not have turned their phone in. The security, for it must be said, is very lax. If you don't want people taking pictures when the cooperator is there, you don't have any guards, or maybe one guard, and he goes on break sometimes looking at what's happening in the room. It would have been very easy, court, to put 2 guards in there at the front, sitting, looking back at the people watching in the overflow room, and you wouldn't have to worry about pictures getting taken. Also, it would have been very easy to have a bigger courtroom and everybody be in that courtroom. And also, it would have been very easy to ensure that nobody got a phone in by having screening outside the door. This is a matter of the court's convenience weighed against the public interest. There is unprecedented public interest. You have to make room for the public, and they have not done that through and through this trial. And now we have this issue where the public is being outright limited in their access due to issues that the court ought to have addressed, in my fair and honest opinion.
Now I'm gonna let academics run down the questions they was asking OTF Jam on that stand. Questions like, was you a hitter involved in a LePab situation? Who else was involved? Is they in the courtroom? Point them out. And when you point them out, say, he was with him. Who else? Gang members. He even talked about Chief Keef from round number 9. Yeah, how did you know King Von? Did you like his sister? Did Durk hold you down while you was in jail? Roll it.
Did you participate in a shooting on August 19th leading to the death of Savai Robinson? Jamie the Bull? Yes, I did. Prosecutors say, did the others in this room participate as well? Yes, they did. Can you name them? Durk, Doodie, Lindsay.
Man, I fell down to my knees when the law came.
Jam describes how he knew King Von when he was younger because of his sister. Prosecutors ask, were you trying to talk to his sister at the time? Jam says yes. Jam starts smiling. Prosecutor says, did Lil Durk keep up with you while you were in prison? Jam says, I ain't gonna lie. When he changed his number, he made sure my mom got it. Damn.
Man, I fell down to my knees when the law came.
It goes to show Durk was keeping up with his bum ass nigga for 12 years, man. Prosecutor, did you talk to Mr. Banks after you got out of prison? Jam says, yeah, I told Durk I got out. I ain't got no clothes. He told me, yes, you do. You got us.
Man, I fell down to my knees when the law came.
How could a nigga tell this story? How could a nigga tell this story? Yo, how could a nigga tell this story be like on the stand? That's like insane to me.
That's why I told y'all in them other videos I just did the other day. When Jam complained about his baby mama getting deleted and OTF not sliding, Durk was supposed to cancel his contract right then and there. He's supposed to did it my way, because me hearing that, it just feel like this gonna be a problem. He really care about that shit. Like, we ain't slide for no baby mama. Like, that ain't OTF business. But they saying OTF was the one, allegedly they the one who done that there for a scare tactic. They was supposed to. Now that still could have came back and haunted them if he a federal informant. If the feds can tie OTF to that, right? But you're supposed to have your fall guys in place. But that don't mean that fall guy ain't gonna point the finger too. But you still in this situation. A man can't talk, because it seemed like, yeah, they saying OTF Jam been working with the feds since he got out of prison, right? But it seemed like he was holding back on telling the feds about certain hats, because ain't no way, if they know he'll take the stand, because it seemed like he had his mind made up since day one when he got locked up that he was gonna take the stand, right? Ain't no way they wouldn't have charged Durk with more hats with this situation right here. So you got the LePab situation, the stalking. If he the one who caught the hats, Why wouldn't you add that when he's the one who caught the hat? And so he was holding back. But what it seemed like what really fucked up everything is when the baby mama got deleted. Some people say that's not his baby mama, well, his girlfriend. When she got deleted, he lost all respect.
What happens next is actually interesting. Supposedly, Jam didn't fully already start to testify, but he was moving weird. Durk is hearing about how he was complaining. It's sounding a little spooky. What happens after is, remember when Durk handed him the money and he's like, yo, make sure you take this, like, yo, your baby mom's. OTF Jam baby mama gets killed. Allegedly, they believe to scare him to not cooperate, they clap his baby moms. This should sound like a movie, Chad. His baby mama dies.
So all the times when he was sending money in the feds or in jail, giving the money to the mama when he changed his number, they went out the window. When he came home, bought them clothes, gave money, they went out the window. He really loved that girl. This is why I'm telling y'all, to all who run crews, who got a legit entourage, like when these demons start having families and having kids and falling in love, falling fast in love, ain't never been the same thing. When they start doing that, you got to cancel their contract, especially when they done too much. Just play it cool, and you got to do what it do. You have to, because they'll put their girl over the organization. And when you're a soldier, don't nothing come before the Marines, the military, the Navy. Don't nothing come before OTF. Don't nothing come before TSF. Don't nothing come before G Unit. Don't nothing come before West Boulevard. Yeah. Don't nothing come before whatever you repping. Blood, Crip, GD, BD, that come first. These niggas putting their old lady first. Not their wife, their old lady. You can't have that. The nigga want to come home to that. That's the reason to tell. The kid, the wife, the girl, the baby mama, that's the reason to tell. They start growing feelings for these females. Females telling them the whole time, he ain't your friend, he ain't this, he ain't that, they don't really love you, they only using you because you can do this. Why he won't put you in position like King Von? Why he still got you as a stepper? Why he won't, if they know all that? Even though you know he done looked out for you. But when, look, Durk can look out for him 100 times, but he can say no one time or do something he don't like, now he'll effing him. Because one thing, when you got a lot of hitters on your team, they talk shit about you behind your back. It be a lot of things that they don't like how shit go. It be the Blizz and State Property, the Memphis Bleak. They do that. They get mad when you've been running the corners for too long. Even though they eating. They done bought a new car. They done got a new crib. They got jury. But now they want control. They want more power. So it seems like niggas will cross you whether you're doing right or wrong. You look out for them, they'll still across you. You do one thing wrong, they don't try to get no understanding. If you're a stepper, why you can't handle your business? You get to the bottom of who stepped on your baby mama. You find out who done it. Okay, the 15-year-old done it. Okay, who is mama? Who is girl? Who is people? Who is partners? What hood he from? Apply pressure. You the stepper, you the grave digger. Like, huh? What's the issue? Why you gonna take that out on your homies?
Don't slide for pawns. We slide for Vaughn, not for pawns. When your baby mama die, he gonna send a nice bouquet. He might pay for the casket, but that's it. No kickback, okay? That's it. Tough luck. When Durk brother die, it's like everybody mourning. Everybody gotta die because Durk brother died. Vaughn die, everybody dies. Your baby mama got killed? Go get another baby mama, bro. You good, bro. So OTF Jam kinda sees there's no reaction for his baby mama getting clapped. And he's seasoned at this point. He's locked up. He can't get to to grab his iron and go do what he gotta do to go get his revenge. The guys ain't sliding. He don't got no money to incentivize no guys to slide. And even if he did have money, they would probably look at him weird like, where'd you get the money from? Because he's not a guy who ever had money. And also, ain't nobody sliding for him. Jam. Jam did 12 years, came out February 2022. He gets to kill it, allegedly. Shoot this nigga here, shoot this nigga there, go to LA, kill Pop. He's moving around. He's running and gunning. He gets locked up, I believe before the end of the year or by the beginning of the next year. Like, so he's not even out a year. He gets caught with a gun. The communication with him and Durk starts becoming strained. Also, the leaked audio from Durk talking about him earlier the year before leaks. So now he's hearing that even after all these murders he claimed he did for Durk, Durk don't really take him serious and don't really give a fuck about paying him that much. His baby mama get killed. He's looking at the guys. Hey, yo, OTF, it's time to slide. It's sliding time. It's sliding time. My baby mama got killed. They're like, no pawn. Nobody's sliding for you, nigga. It's like a butterfly in a cocoon. OTF Jam goes in a cocoon and he emerges a full-blown long-tailed Louisiana rat.
And see, I don't understand why Jam thought in his head, in his mind, that OTF, the gang, the squad, he acting like them his soldiers. He expecting them to slide for his BM. You acting like them your soldiers. These are Lil Durk soldiers. These are King Von soldiers. They the ones with the money. If they didn't have the money and the fame, they wouldn't be stepping for them. Now, King Von may still have T-War and shit like that when T-War was alive, but he wouldn't have all these guys just on command like that. The money moves men. The fame and the power moves men. You one of them. So unless you come up with some money, then we'll take an order. But we didn't get the order from Durk to do that there because we doing that for free? Do you understand we can get life if we get caught up on camera, somebody see us? So we not just doing that. And it don't really count as a hat on the op side. Like, we can't really brag on that or none of that. They're like, we're not going to get rewarded for that. Jam can feel like in his head, yeah, but when your brother get killed, D-Thing get knocked down, everybody go crazy. Everybody got to get deleted. Yeah, but D-Thing is a part of the war. D-Thing gets shit taken care of. He'll shot caller. He may put bag on your head. If I may be one who go do it and drop a bag, but yeah, D-Thing will get something out of here too, though. He just gonna say he was with him and pay the cash and put him to work. One of the ones that'll get the call from one of the squad members and say, y'all got him? Good, get him. It's cool. Hit him. So, of course, if he get crushed, and then that's my brother. You're not my brother. I'm just showing you love. I'm just looking out for you because I know you're a real one and you put that pain in. But it's my brother. Even if he wasn't no shot call, that's my brother, I got to do that. We talking about a female. You can go get another one of them. You can go get another one of them. But you putting your loyalty on the line with us for the wrong shit, man. That's why you can't mix love with a demon. You're supposed to be cold-blooded, heartless. How you falling in love with a female? Like, ain't no way I'm a real demon. I'm thinking about a relationship. If I'm in one, I don't give a fuck about it, though. Like, I care about her and love her, though, but she ain't coming for the squad. She can get nailed to the floor if need be. If she get in the way or she do too much talking or, yeah. Like, I'm this first. Like, Nipsey Hussle told, I'm Crip first. I'm rolling, yeah. So, don't nothing come before this. I'm a demon first. Even if it ain't, I'm a demon first. Then OTF. Then, so I ain't got love for nothing but what pays me and what appreciate me. You can cheat on me. You can flip on me. So I'm more loyal to this. Like, they there for me. Durk the one who giving money to my mama. She not. She just work at the post office. Durk the one who making sure I'm straight. So I'm gonna make sure he's straight. I'm not gonna bring no extra headache to him. He already got a lot of shit going. He don't need to be hearing me. My baby mama, my baby mama, my baby mama. So Jam wasn't dark enough. He was a dangerous guy, but when it came to that girl, he put it all on the line for her. But when you working with the feds, you got the feds on your neck. They want information. They tired of waiting. You ain't giving us nothing. You keep giving us little shit here and there. They want something big. They saying all these hats get dropped, but you acting like you don't know what's going on. Whole time he the one who doing shit. Or did they know? I mean, they just gonna play it smart. Like, the feds could not come with everything in the beginning and just drain Durk bank account out. Like, okay, he gonna spend all this money. He's spending hundreds of thousands a day with these lawyers, the dream team. We are the champions, my friend. He's spending hundreds of thousands a day on the dream team. If he beat that, we hit him with another body. We're gonna drain that bank account. Then other friends, other members gonna get mad because he can't help them with lawyers. So man, but while y'all think about that right there, y'all drop them comments on this and subscribe to the channel and hit that like button. Let's see what Sid and Nash had to say, because you know he down there getting all the information too. Roll it.
All right, so before we had the jury start off, you had the judge actually say a moment of silence for Dolly Parton. He said she was such a nice person in a world so divided. So then the Fed's head detective, he's going on vacation, but he'll come back Monday. Then Didi basically is called the leader of Tay-Town per goddamn Jam ass. Jam said that he's the leader of Tay-Town, and Jam said that Durk was mad at O-Block for not sliding for Von, and they let him die. They didn't protect him. And then they say that literally Durk paid for O-Block to have Airbnbs to war in mother flipping Atlanta. What's even crazier, Brian still objected to this shit, but the craziest part is the judge say, nah, you can let that in. So then the lawyer starts to talk about, the Fed lawyer starts to talk about how he's going to have to lead Didi through the questions and all that within the scope of the questions. And I'm going to be honest with you, I knew that they was going to throw a whole entire fit, because what the Fed lawyer said, and it's understandable, is I don't want Didi to get on here and say the wrong stuff so y'all can get a mistrial, y'all can get whatever and all this stuff, because they literally say that. Like, if you said this way, this way, this way, this is hardball, this is... Didi's lawyer said, if they say these things this way and this way, we're going to call for a mistrial, and it's going to put it in a mistrial. And that's beyond the scope of the judge. And the judge was like, Judge Dennis said, motherfucker, what? Beyond the scope of my power? Hold on, homie. No, it is under the scope of my power that I can declare a mistrial. Now, you could take that to, you know, go to the higher appellate courts and do that. But no, that's definitely under my power. And then O'Connell gets into it with what's leading the witness. And it's funny because I said this was going to happen yesterday. I said, bro, every time they keep producing exhibits that do not say what the person said, the lawyers come back, the Fed lawyers come back and say, oh, no, it was this. And prime example, Exhibit 30 was admitted, but it actually wasn't Exhibit 30, it was Exhibit 33. But when he said Exhibit 30, the witness was like, yeah. And then literally they come back and say, no, it's Exhibit 33. Dude go, oh, yeah, it's that one. So there's that shit that exists. That's leading a witness. That's the equivalent of if you cheating on your girl and you call me and you say, yo, Nash, remember I was with you last night and we was drinking beers and all this shit, bro, and you was beating me on Madden? And I go, yeah. Opposed to you said, man, Nash, what happened last night? And I go, man, shit, I was at home. You see how that's leading the witness? So that ends up happening, and the judge basically say, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and let that in. And Brian still says, I'm not going to let the prosecutor lead the witness. And then it was just a cluster to that.
All right, with this next clip, we're going to show Trap Lord Ross, because, you know, he reporting on everything. He dropping back to back every chance he get. He ain't playing no game, but he really breaking down OTF Jam when he was on the stand, talking about the bodies, talking about the 100+ robberies, giving details on when he first started robbing, when he first joined the gang, when he was like 9 or 10 to BDs. Yeah, he had to rob drug dealers. When he was young, he had to rob regular people to feed his people, his family, because his mama was poor or drug addicts, some shit like that, right? He gonna run all that down. So y'all go ahead and hear out Trap Lord Ross.
So when OTF Jam took the stand, he made it very clear. He pointed at Durk, he pointed at Didi, he pointed at Lindsay. He said they was all in on the murder and the conspiracy. They're mad, they're big mad. They're so mad that Jam took the stand and is cooking Lil Durk. Durk got cooked by Jam. It was such a bad day. People out here trying to act tough like that's something, okay? But it ain't gonna do nothing. It's not gonna help Durk. It's not gonna stop Jam. Durk literally got pointed out. He looked so disappointed. He looked heartbroken. There were moments where Jam was sort of like, looked like he was low-key like chuckling a little bit, or like they was playing that video of Didi basically where he admitted to being the murder man, and Jam just shook his head and laughed. You thinking you guys cooked yourselves? You talking about I'm the snitch? You guys cooked yourselves. They played back again in the court. I'm not gonna lie, all of these folks out here that say that they love Durk, love Von, they don't love Von as much as I do. I was bopping along to Back Again. It was hard, but unfortunately there was true facts behind those songs, and Durk got pointed out by Jam. Jam was apparently one of the biggest demons out here. He claimed that he murdered 3 people for the BDs there's a third murder that we don't know about yet that we're going to probably find out about. But Jam said that he got blessed into the BDs when he was just 9 years old, okay? It's crazy. It's actually crazy. They said that bro, this was crazy. Do you know how many shootings Jam said that he was involved in between, I believe, the ages of 12 and 18? 10 to 15 shootings, but also robberies. He was an armed robber. He said he did over 100 robberies. He can't even remember how many robberies he did. He said he mostly robbed drug dealers, but in a moment that probably actually pulled at the jury's heartstrings and made you have a lot of sympathy for Jam. They said, what did you do? Did you always rob drug dealers? He said, not always. He said, there was one time I did something else. They said, what did you do? He said there was one time I actually did an armed robbery for food. He said that my family was hungry, my parents were drug addicts. I was only 12 years old. I had to stick someone up with a gun to literally put food on the plate for my family. My parents had bills, they were drug addicts. I stepped up to the plate and I did over 100 robberies and I was just trying to get by and feed my family. I'm not gonna lie to you. That was actually quite compelling. I don't know if the jury are gonna be sympathetic for that. Obviously, he's also doing 15 shootings and catching 3 murders and just doing all type of stuff, but it actually kind of was emotional. It actually made you feel like, damn, in many ways, like Jam is actually a victim of circumstance. He was having to rob people for food. So when he got flown out there to LA by allegedly Durk and Doodie and them to go and participate in this murder, really, and he said it himself, he didn't feel like he had a choice. He said that he was already in LA when Doodie Lo got on FaceTime and said, you're here to kill Quando Rondo. That's what was said. It's crazy. And he said, look, I was already there, and where I come from, you don't stop nobody from committing a murder. That's how you get yourself killed. So OTF Jam's testimony, I'm not going to lie to you, it was very, very compelling, and they big old mad about it.
Hey, Trap, that ain't no feeling sorry type story. Like, that's the average story in the ghetto. Either the parents strung out on drugs, or the parents on government assistance, or they make just enough where they can't qualify for the government assistance. It be days where there ain't no food on the table, and the kid got to figure the shit out. Or the mama got to figure the shit out, or other people in the neighborhood help out. That's the average story. Jam ain't no hustler. Okay, at 12 he had to rob. What about when he got older, when he learned how to trap and shit like that? Or when he did rob, take the money and buy some candy and sell that, or burn some CDs and sell that, sell some t-shirts, go sweep at the barbershop, all type of shit, wash cars, cut grass. He's just not no hustler. So he ain't never break out of that I gotta rob and take type of hustle. That's the only hustle he got, stepping and robbing. But he ain't no hustler though. He just enforcer. Yeah, he an enforcer. But this next clip I'm gonna play, it's Trap Lil Ross again, right? He spoke on a Doodie Lo. This is what I don't understand about Doodie Lo, right? Why enough would you even be at the courthouse anyway, all in the videos, all in front of the camera, knowing you participated in some of these crimes? Not saying you're doing the binging, but you dropping lows, which that's needed. That's really important for hits, for certain drills. Without the low man, the person who dropped lows, a lot of hits wouldn't have got made. Duck could still be here because niggas spotted him out, dropped the low. Quando Rondo supposed to got touched, but the police were riding past. I ain't go through with it. That's the difference between the cartel and us. They don't care if the police riding past. They gonna get their man. So Trap Lil Ross, he gonna break down the part Doodie Lo played in this whole situation, right? After he explained that, then I'm gonna come back and give more details on the situation. Run it.
So it looks like it's official. Doodie Lo has been confirmed as co-conspirator number 4, and the person who confirmed it was OTF Jam himself. Now, we'd been wondering who was it that gave the location of Quando Rondo in LA to the alleged hitmen, to Durk, to the team and all of that kind of stuff. Well, what is crazy is that we found out that there was apparently like a crazy conversation after basically like all the hitmen arrived in San Diego. Apparently none of them knew what was going on, but they had an inkling something crazy was going on. And I'm not gonna lie, Durk really put himself in it with some of this stuff. So apparently, okay, all of the hitmen were kind of rounded up for some kind of secret mission. They didn't know what was going on. They all quickly got booked to these flights to San Diego. And apparently when Jam and another one of the hitters basically arrived, they went to a Hooters in San Diego. They got on a FaceTime with Doodie Lo, who told them that they got the location for Quando Rondo. They got the low from basically like a weed dealer that was going to go and take them some weed, and that they were basically going to trick him into coming outside to pick up weed, and they were going to kill him outside of his hotel. Well, it's confirmed that that was Doodie Lo. Now, not only did we were hearing about Doodie Lo being in group chats, and I thought, oh, maybe they're going to show some series of messages with Doodie Lo and other stuff that he had said, but it was Jam that took the stand and said that it was Doodie Lo that basically told them after they'd arrived in California that they were there on a mission to kill Quando Rondo. And Jam said something really interesting. He said, look, he felt like it was too hot to kill somebody in Los Angeles. He was thinking, there's too many police. I don't know the city. I don't know how to get away if I get in a high-speed chase, if I get hurt. I don't know where I'm going. This is a bad idea. But he said it was too late. I was already there, and I just went with it. So OTF Jam told the courtroom, he basically said, look, where I'm from, you don't stop nobody killing somebody. That's what gets you killed. They said that they'll think you're police. They'll they'll get mad at you if you say that you want to stop a killing happening. But he wasn't really happy about it because he said he didn't consider himself in the Quando beef. He said he wasn't that close with King Von. They spoke a couple of times. And what was crazy is Jam said that way back in the day before he knew Von, he was trying to rizz up King Von's sister. But he said he didn't feel like he should have had to be one of those people that slid for Von because that wasn't his homie. He said, look, he wasn't my man's. We didn't kick it. I didn't love him. I didn't feel like that was my mission. And he's saying they were in Hooters on FaceTime with Doodie Lo, and basically Jam and Boogie looked at each other after they were told to go and kill Quando, and they basically just looked at each other and said, yeah, But what was even more crazy is obviously now we know Doodie Lo was co-conspirator number 4 that was given the drop. They were apparently waiting outside Quando Rondo's hotel, and Doodie Lo told them that basically the guy that they thought they were getting weed from was telling Quando Rondo that he was just a few minutes away from the hotel. This is going to... I might have to say this in a different video because we're running out of time. But basically, they had eyes on Quando Rondo outside the hotel. They were about to kill him, but the police rode by. Apparently, Didi upped his gun, pointed it at Quando, and said, I could kill him right now. It would be so easy. But they said, nah, the block's too hot. There's too many cops out here downtown LA. I'm not going to go through with it. And then they went back to the crib. Insane.
Doodie Lo, you got to be an ignorant motherfucker, man. Why is you out there smiling ear to ear like you ain't guilty as sin? You see Jam testifying like he ain't gonna throw your name in there. You must have came down there just to hug India. That's what that was. Or you just want to be in there with Durk. Yeah, it's hard out here, ain't it? Yeah, go ahead and grow your hair back out, man. You don't deserve to have a bald head because you can't think. You shaving your head bald don't help you think no better. Come on, man, like the buddy ain't gonna throw you under the bus. One band, one sound. You think Jam and them want you free? When your part that you played in was a major part, like we need guys like Doodie Lo to drop them lows. And you know you told him what he's saying you told him, he taking a stand. He done took the stand and said you told him when they got over there to LA that we over here to knock down Quando. Already got Buddy to serve him the gas because he got habits. This why I see you'll be that much harder to knock down when you don't got habits. If you don't smoke, if you don't pop in, if you don't drink lean, if you don't drink liquor, they can't send nobody, no middleman guy to get your low up, or you got to come out. They watching you. You got to come out and get served, and you'll cut all that out. Because why? Quando not gonna go to the dispensary and just get it out the store. He gonna meet up with somebody, even though they following him. They watching the hotel, which it was smart to be at that hotel because they not the cart and when they see police, they abort the mission. Jam talking about, man, I ain't no Von like that. I feel like Quando ain't my beef. Nigga, I ain't hungry about none of that. I'm stepping for OTF. So it don't matter who I know. If I'm gonna get paid for this, or if this for the squad to get me more rank, higher up in the game, then I'm gonna do that there. I don't give who I know. If it's OTF business, it's OTF business. Niggas don't know your baby mama, but you want niggas to slide for that. You don't know Von. Nigga, Von is a major player in this shit, man. Fuck you mean? Ain't you OTF? So if you know this will make Durk smile and he got you for life, and you be need money because you not no hustler, who gives a fuck if you knew King Von? Quando making the crew look bad. He's still alive. Tim making the crew look bad. They still alive. Hey, man. Y'all niggas ain't dark enough for me. You heard about going to jail and the police riding past. Niggas crush niggas in front of the police all the time. Yeah, it ain't like they were just riding past. It be like that sometimes. The only way we can get this nigga the situation where we can crush them, the police right there. You got to figure this shit out. But see, if you was working for the cartel, you couldn't. If the top leader say do that, you can't say, man, police right, unless you done talk with the top tier boss and he say, yeah, if it's a situation like that, yeah, abort the mission. But it ain't like they standing right there. They just ride past. Yeah, they just ride past. What y'all going back to the crib for? Cause what? Y'all didn't do it right then and there, but guess what? We still in the court. You still taking the stand. This nigga still fighting hats. You still confessing to hats. So I don't understand the issue. You worried about your freedom and shit like that. But you a demon. You a stepper. Come on, man. Like, but y'all made y'all move. It is what it is. Like I say, if the boss agree to that, then it's all good. If the boss be like, yeah, if it's too hot, yeah, we can't. And which he probably would because y'all OTF and he a legit business. If it's just street shit, that's why it's kind of can't really compare to the carton shit like that because they not legit, y'all legit, so you don't really want to make it hot. So that's understandable. Maybe I'm going too hard on you, but it don't matter if the police ride past or they not. Y'all had them at the gas station and y'all couldn't even run down. Now it gotta be so easy. You gotta come out the hotel and you can just run down on them. Y'all guns jamming. Y'all ain't making sure your guns clean. He bringing these weapons, 3 weapons, 4 weapons. They ain't clean, they jamming. Ain't making sure the right ammo in there so it can shoot all the way clear. Like, man, and y'all swear y'all hit us. The jobs y'all do is sloppy, and y'all don't complete them. So don't come over here and try to be, hey, we the number one steppers. Cap. No, bye. Y'all had y'all man a couple of times and y'all didn't get the job done. So we give you an E for effort. That's it. A minus D because you got Pav. A minus D, but y'all niggas ain't. If Durk was to kick out at the crew and another team needed shooters, they ain't looking y'all way. Because when they count, y'all don't get the job done. Yes, God could have been on Quando's side. It wasn't his time. It wasn't his time. It ain't meant for Quando to get put on a shirt. It's just not. It's just not. It's not meant for it. And had it been anywhere else, if it had been down south or the Midwest, y'all probably would have went with y'all move. But he talking about, man, I don't know where to go. I don't know how to run for the police. Man, you don't know how to do nothing. You don't know how to complete the mission when it, when it count. On other missions, yeah. But you don't know how to hustle. You don't know how to get legit money. You got Durk, this big rapper. You can't even get money in the music business. You don't know how to sell no merch. You don't know how to make no beats. Can't even protect your old lady because you keep going to jail. There's a lot of shit you don't know how to do. So it ain't just running from the police in LA. There's a lot of shit you don't know how to do as a man, as a stepper. You don't even know how to keep it real. So don't just put that like that's the only thing you don't know how to do. No, it's a whole list of shit. I said it's a whole bunch of shit. I said it's a whole bunch of shit that you don't know how to do, Jam. We're gonna see if you can get out the Jam though. You're giving a lot of shit though. Let's see if you get a couple years and you get about this thing. If Jam can really get about that Jam. Yeah, the internet gonna call you Jammy the Bull and all this stuff. It's just what type of snitch you gonna be. Is you gonna be the Apple? You gonna be the 6ix9ine kind? You know what the Apple is, right? Nigga come saying shit in your face. Yeah, because they said when Apple got out, he caught 2 more hats. Or more than that. At least one he did. Still hustling, still thugging. Yeah, so your knuckle game ill. But nowadays you get clapped if your knuckle game ill. Shout out to Lloyd Banks, he said that. Yeah, your knuckle game ill, they say, and you'll bust your gun, so you probably feel like you got fear and shit like that. You probably ain't gonna be on the internet like that. But you'll get if you get out, you'll get a bag. The interviews, selling your story, books, all the others. You'll get a bag. They'll do a movie on you. You know, they love a snitching story, especially from an enforcer. So yeah, you get some money. Cause now I'm over want to hear what you got to say. And since you so open, you'll get a bad with the interview. You ain't never been open like old girl try to eat your backside out. And you turn that down. Now you so open. Now all of a sudden you so open. When you had old girl from Lip Crawler, they eat booty. You turn that down, but now you so open. Yeah. Well, go ahead and take your ass over there with Sauces and Della and be quiet on the creek then, bitch.
Person y'all need to be afraid of is Bonnie. It ain't Jam at all. Jam, you wasn't even outside long enough. For what they just said, man, you wasn't even outside long enough for you to even, them say have all that shit. He talk about, nigga, I was robbing Tory Lanez people and shit. We was in Miami, hell and shit. That nigga out there. And that's what makes sense about when Cuz said they pulled him in the bathroom and told him chill the fuck out. That wasn't about no fucking robbing. You robbing entourage and shit. So, you know, it's hella weird ass shit, but it's really Vonnie, bro. It's really fucking Vonnie, man. That's who the fuck they gotta be worried about, because he said Durk used to tell Vonnie to get him a gun. So everywhere they went, Vonnie would have had a blitz on him. That's where that's.
Yeah, that could be true, but I feel like Durk still cooked just with Jam. Yeah, Jam got too much bodies. He got Doodie Lo giving locations. He got Durk telling him to step on Quando and do this and do that. I just don't see how he'll beat that. If he did beat that, he got other hats that they can indict Durk on that'll drain them bank accounts, put them right back, even if it's a mistrial. Now, Bonnie, he'll just put the icing on the cake. You know, that's what I feel. Maybe that's what the prosecutors need is Bonnie to stamp a lot of shit that Jam already said. And he definitely cooked. But let's check out what Trench's News said. You know, he chopped it up with academics. Let's hear him out.
You think? Okay, you've given a potential defense for Durk. Blame it on Vonnie. How do you think Durk's team should attack OTF Jam possibly tomorrow whenever they do a cross? How do you attack the shooter who, by the way, today he started off by saying he shot at people over 15 times, he robbed people over 100 times, and he had 3 murders. How do you get that guy to be not believable? How do you play this?
I ain't gonna even lie. Hey, once a motherfucker get up there and say, I did all this, but I was doing it for him and he was paying, it's over with, bro. Durk finna go to jail, man. He did it too late. Vonnie did it. He was supposed to say that shit soon when he got up in there. Hey, look, soon when they told him Vonnie was missing, hey, Vonnie, hey, look, Drew, go ahead, do this and do that. You hear me? Like he was supposed to been did it, bro. Everybody. Now he got 20 witnesses against him.
Wow. So you're saying that Durk thought he could, finesse this shit, but right now it's too late. You don't see a way where they could really do a big one. We could see the $1 billion lawyers really do their thing, make Vonnie and Jam look like liars, make them look like people trying to save themselves while they got no legit proof that Durk did anything and he beats his case. You don't see that at all.
Hey man, hey look. He could bring whoever the fuck in. He could bring the dream team back. The loops that they went to get to California and the plane rides and shit. Hey, look, they finna believe Vonnie and Jam. I'm telling you that, bro. Just off the rip. And I don't want to hear none of that shit from the jury that they don't watch the news, TV. They don't know who Durk them is. They don't watch this shit, man. Yes, they do. They done seen this shit before. And if they ain't seen it, they going to look at it when it's done.
Damn, is Durk really cooked?
Y'all drop them comments. Is Durk really cooked? Drop them comments. What y'all feel about all this stuff? I'm going to play one more video. We're going to keep it Trenches News. We're going to keep it academic Trenches News. And I'm going to come back on you folks tomorrow. This probably going to drop tomorrow. I'm on the West Coast, so we're on West Coast timing. But yeah, man, it's a lot that went down today, man. Like, all eyes on Doodie Lo. That nigga better run, 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 run. He better run. Don't never come back to that courthouse no more. Don't you ever come around here no more. You did. And all eyes on Bonnie. What he gonna say? What he gonna do? Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. If y'all made it all the way to this part of the video, salute to you, man. Appreciate you. Check out what Trenches News and Academics said on this last clip right here. And I'm going to the mall. He was with him.
And I ain't gonna even lie, bro. Hey, look, like I'm gonna keep on saying, I know Davon Bennett, King Von, since he moved in, when he first moved on the front next to White in them building in O Block. Hey, look, Durk should never even have put him in a mix with the, hey, look, nah, you don't rap, bro. We just gonna load you up with some pounds and shit and guns and leave you in Chicago.
Wait, nah, don't
Hey,
lie.
Von is the most damaging motherfucker ever. Look how everybody fall after Von gone. Everybody fell. Everybody in jail now trying to spin. That motherfucker evil, bro. Like Von, bro. Like he evil. Hey, soon when I seen him with Durk and them, I say, oh man, they about to go down, bro. Cause Von on the internet talking about his bodies, he don't give a
Damn. You had some stories about Vaughn in the day. You're one of the people who vouch for, like you said, whatever you heard about that nigga, this shit was true.
Oh yeah.
No,
Yeah,
no over exaggeration.
Hey, when I seen him in jail, last time I seen Von in jail, 2015, me and T. Roy was in a bullpen together. The division 11, 6, and 2 bullpen. And Von them bullpen was 9 next to us. And Von was like, yeah, I seen you in that car ride past me. I broke that bitch back dinner. I'm like, this little nigga crazy, bro. You know, he killed Cara when we rolled past and shit and chased Butter down.
Oh my God. Yeah, damn.